Well, we can now add Asia Times Online to the list of publications with the guts to even acknowledge the China Syndrome. If you don't know what the China Syndrome is, don't worry, I'll explain it in a minute. The total now stands at 5 publications willing to talk about it. Did I say 5 publications? Let's see. The Wall Street Journal, the Register, V-Myths, the Weekly Standard, and now Asia Times Online. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5. The latter publication made the list when reporter James Borton filed a credulous story about Beijing's ability to destroy America with a computer virus. Now, I may call it a credulous story, but I'll give Borton serious credit for doing his research. He included a paragraph about the China Syndrome. Here's what the China Syndrome is. U.S. technologies of surveillance, encryption, firewalls, and even viruses have been willingly transferred to Chinese partners in the past several years as part of China's budding efforts to enter the new economy. Rand Corporation's James Mulvaney maintains that such U.S. companies as Network Associates and Symantec gained entry to China's market by voluntarily providing China's Public Security Bureau with more than 300 computer viral strains. That's the China Syndrome. The antivirus vendors are supplying China with virus technology. Mulvaney got the number wrong by 2 orders of magnitude. The original figure stood at 30,000 viruses transferred to the Chinese before the antivirus cartel, shall we say, corrected it to a more respectable value of 500 viruses. Still almost twice what Mulvaney told reporters. But I must give the man credit for even daring to talk about, well, let's call a spade a spade. I give Mulvaney credit for daring to talk about something he almost certainly learned by reading V-Myths. Don't I work at V-Myths? Let me check. Yep, I still work at V-Myths. No offense taken, Jimmy. You've got an open invitation if you ever want to talk to me about the China Syndrome. Now, you'll notice I didn't include Information Security Magazine in the list of 5 gutsy publications. You'll notice I didn't mention Virus Bulletin Newsletter. In fact, you'll notice I didn't peg a single computer security publication besides V-Myths. Everyone else avoided the China Syndrome like the plague. Page 2. Then again, avoided may be too strong a word. Perhaps every other computer security publication on Earth views it as a complete waste of ink? I mean, think about it for a moment. Why would subscribers to a computer security magazine care to read about antivirus firms who transfer dangerous virus technology to an oppressive government that recently held U.S. servicemen hostage? Why would a computer security pundit write about how the White House tacitly approves the U.S. transfer of dangerous virus technology to China while simultaneously spewing rhetoric about the looming threat of a Chinese Uber virus? Why would the U.S. Department of Defense, a very large antivirus customer, care if their own cyber bodyguards supply weapons of war to a country that the U.S. Department of Defense predicts will cyber attack the U.S. Department of Defense in the very near future? Why would the U.S. Senate want to oversee U.S. firms who build cyber warfare battle labs with millions of dollars in federal grants and then transfer cyber warfare technology to a regime unafraid to point tanks at their own citizens in their own capital just to protect an untenable communistic dogma? Why would FBI's National Infrastructure Protection Center bother to interview the antivirus industry's oldest respected critic, that would be me, who believes the U.S. arm of the cartel misled FBI agents who just so happened to cavort with the U.S. arm of... let's just forget I said that last part. Anyway, computer security magazines want to publish stories with substance, not baseless paranoia. Only a paranoid schizophrenic would find any controversy in the China Syndrome. Hence, demoted White House fearmonger Richard Digital Pearl Harbor Clark did not consider it important enough to bring it up to Senator Charles Digital Armageddon Schumer in February at a cybersecurity hearing on Capitol Hill. A hearing I attended, by the way. And so I must congratulate Rand Corporation's resident paranoid schizophrenic, James Mulvaney. He convinced a reporter to acknowledge the China Syndrome, which is more than I can say for the vocal critics here at V-Myths who've ranted about it for over a year now. Don't you just love it when I rant on myself and my cohorts? I'm Rob Rosenberger, for vmyths. That's VMYTHS.com. Truth about computer virus hysteria. Be there or be scared.